Well, I got some bad news here for you.
I hate bad news.
Yeah, the girls are up to it, and they're not just accosting McDonald's store employees right now.
What?
Let it grow. The JanuHairy movement wants us to embrace our body hair, and this is what the girls are up to right now. They're starting these hairy movements where they're just trying to be Chewbacca.
It's really true,
my
though.
most hated thing.
You know what I've come to realize with all these things we cover is because we cover a million of these things where people just are searching for some identity in something.
Come on, the hairy beast?
Whatever, but it's just like people...
Sexy beast?
Sexy beast.
Sorry to interrupt you, but the sexy beast is my buddy Waldo. Whenever he has his shirt up, we always call him Sexy Beast. Did you know
What?
You not know the movie?
Yeah, the movie with Ben Kingsley.
The guy has his shirt up and he's always tanning.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley. Great movie.
Sexy Beast is a good reference. All right, anyways, continue. My bad.
It's all a movie. But yeah, it's just like, even if people are like, yeah, I'm not religious, you end up finding it somewhere and being like, I'm on the hairy movement.
That's a bad religion, though.
It is, but you're like, it's almost just like you have to find, you can't just be, even, I guess, even if you go, I'm not a tribal, where you go, well, there's a whole group of you.
You are tribal.
Yeah, you are. You go, I'm not tribal. I don't subscribe to that. You go, well, there's a bunch of you, and you probably go talk online about how you're not this. So then
you worship the fucking hairy god.
Whatever you are, and you go, you just become that.
You know what I was sort of thinking too, is another thing about it, is it's almost like people just, there was a moment where, like, even if you think of like the fat models and stuff like that,
we just call them models, right? Now.
That is true. My bad.
They're just models.
It's like really what happened was people were arguing over like the degree of shit, where people were like, we think that this is too skinny, right? And a lot of things that people just argued over the degree, they got forced to argue against it completely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this, where it'd be like, hey, we think there's too much pressure on women to like have to look a certain way. They had to take that to like, we don't think they should do it at all.
Yeah, there should be no pressure.
It's like kind of being like,
which makes sense.
It's like saying it's like guys saying like, we think there's too much pressure for guys to have to like make money to get dates, so we're all not gonna have a job and be proud of it.
Yeah.
It's like you have to go. It's like they go binary on something that they really just thought the degree. So, but their brains are fucking smaller, right?
Yeah. So, everybody starts. I'm on that team, but everybody starts trying to find the line for things. You go, everybody's like, we're trying to explore where the line is, right? Of like, and then we're like, let's just get rid of the line.
But they can't understand that they call everything a spectrum, but they actually don't understand spectrums.
No,
because there is like spectrums, but they think it forces them to like look at something like a binary when it actually was a spectrum for people that talk about spectrum so much.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, yes, I guess you could say like, hey, it's too much. Like, if a girl fucking doesn't shave for one day, it's like a big problem, and that's I'm feeling like that. I'm getting too much, like a little stubble on my fucking legs one day, and I'm getting fucking looks from everywhere, which means like every girl should be a hairy, disgusting beast. It's like, you know what I mean? They need their fucking Milton jump to conclusions mats. What they need.
Good reference, yeah. Luckily, there is such a thing as an invisible hand, and it'll take care of all of it.
They need an invisible fucking razor is what they need. Well, I'll tell you what. This is the one hill that I'm always willing to die on, because it's my least favorite thing is when the girls go with the armpit hair. Yeah. Even on like a hot chick, it doesn't.
I agree.
It's not for me, man.
Nope.
And listen, Danny, more for you.
Not for me either.
Well, this next, it was literally like their basic thing was just like women's beauty standards are too high. Now we're all growing beards.
Yeah, my issue is actually I don't like the aesthetic of the hair, but I like even less the type of person attached to it.
Great point.
Yeah, you go because it's a signal, right? And it is a signal. You know, this person sucks.
That's such a good point.
Sucks, this person. Like, I hate everything about it because I know not only do you have this hair, but you also suck.
They have 40,000 followers on the JanuHairy movement.
JanuHairy.
It's an initiative challenging women to put down the razors for the month, challenging them.
Yeah.
And they're basically trying to say it's like they're in Movember. They're like copying Movember, but it's like
Movember raises money for cancer.
And also having a mustache isn't disgusting.
No, that's true.
Some people maybe don't like them, but
I guess, yeah.
Not as bad as
each their own. But also, more importantly, Movember raises money for like prostate cancer or something. What is their thing?
Well, I still wouldn't like this if it was raising money for cancer. That's and they're like every girl's being hairy for cancer. I'd say do something else. You can better do a better thing than that.
How about being bald?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, how about that?
Makes
cut off your hair.
More sense.
Yes. Yeah. Run a 5K. You know what? And also, they're saying, how about this? Let it grow. The JanuHairy movement wants to embrace our body hair. Despite its name, the message is evergreen, and they want them to put down the razors for the month. How about this, ladies? How about for JanuHairy, instead of putting down the razor for the month, you put down the Arby's for the month, and we have 1 month where women who weigh $1.80 in America just fucking. How about you lose 10 pounds for the movement?
Yeah, that's. I mean, you're gonna.
Hey, listen, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but health used to mean something.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get a lot of people on board with. You're not gonna the lose weight month.
And it's January too. Is January supposed to be kind of the lose weight month?
It is the lose weight month. I know, but no, they're trying to gain a little hair.
Put down the razor for the month.
Jesus Christ, unnecessary. I don't know. Whatever.
Put down the fork. How about that?
You gotta think of a good ring to it.
How about you put down the CNN? Like, how about that, ladies? Put down
anything.
Honestly.
Yeah, but no, they're not going to do it. They're just going to just trigger.
I think a lot of normal girls are done with this shit, though.
They're not doing
like
it.
Any girls that got a little bit involved with this stuff for most girls I know in real life are pretty much off this bullshit.
Nah, they're not doing any of this stuff.
Well, they know it doesn't work. They're just like, they get a little pat on the back online, but everyone else in real life's like, yeah, I hate this. It's gross.
Yeah, no, most of these chicks now are just like, yeah, we're voting for Trump this time.
No, not for me. Despite its name, the message is evergreen. So they're saying, well, it's January, but also you should always be hairy.
You should never shave.
The campaign official's Instagram account, 40,000 followers, posts images of women celebrating their body hair year-round in a bid to normalize it. It's a literal gross-off. Normalize.
Why do we need to normalize it, though?
I hate the idea of normalizing shit. It's my least favorite thing is normalizing things.
Well, because you start with fucking body hair, and next you're like, we need to normalize pedophilia, and you go, that's how it always goes.
It does always go.
Where you always wind up. I'm just telling you.
Every
time. You want to start to fucking hop on the normalization train.
Danny tried to normalize being 5 minutes late for this podcast, and the next thing you know, he's banging a kid in the tunnel.
That's what happens. I got soot all over my goddamn face. Blood everywhere.
Yeah, not from the ritual. Not from the...
from the ritual, of course.
Not from the pedophile. I'm not that big. It's very repetitive. People... Oh, and apparently they're complaining in the article that people are trashing the photos online because they're posting like these photos of really hairy girls, and people in the comments are just saying yuck.
I am actually curious. We'll never know, but remember there was that there was like a Razor
Ramon
ads. Not Razor Ramon. No ads in the subways that everybody was getting all in a huff about because it was like these. It was for like razors. But then there was also just like these gross hairy chicks.
Yeah, I do remember.
I'm curious because that got a lot of I guess like free press. But like negative press of people being like, this is disgusting, all in like New York City subways. I am curious if that actually worked out for them though.
Like if they sold less.
If they go that...
was it a razor company or was it...
It was a razor, or it was like some sort of...
I can't imagine it's a good strategy for a razor company to be like, everyone put down the razors.
I know, but so they were trying something different. I'm curious if that was like, you know what, all net that actually did work.
I mean, would that be good for your business if you were just
no, I mean, I haven't seen
no adrenochrome January.
I haven't seen them anymore, so I would guess maybe not, but who knows.
You haven't seen razors anymore?
No, that specific, those like gross chick razor company.
You're saying the gross chick...
that was, I mean, they must have spent fucking $5 million on ads. They were everywhere, all over like those like giant posters in the New York City subways everywhere. Like they were on every car. Like it was not a cheap little campaign. So
if you're gonna do JanuHairy, at the very least you have to do clean shave in February. You can't just go one way.
Yeah, and then the boys go on vacation in January.
Exactly, right? January becomes the boys' vacation. Yeah. Everybody knows that. And you go, listen, obviously I go like vacation on January.
Celibate January or something, like no nut January.
Keep your clothes on January.
Yeah. Separate apartments January. Something like that. Maybe a little catchier than that.
Separate beds January.
Separate beds January.
Might bleed into February and March.
We're getting there.